Hello, everyone. Hi. Hello. Yeah, it's fancy seeing you all here. So you start back up again right away. So yes, Young Thug trial update. Judge Glanville has been recused. So some good news there, but then there's stuff about this I like, but there's one big thing I do not like. Actually, I detest it very, very much, and I think it's absolute garbage that has happened. But we'll get to that. We're going to get to the issues around that. We're going to get to the issues around it. So let's get started here. I wanted to say, if you guys are new, welcome. My name is Sean, also known as Potentially Criminal. I am a defense attorney. Cat says, yay, fun font in the thumbnail. I'm a defense attorney in the Cleveland, Ohio area, and I have to say focus on criminal law, and this one is a big one. This is one we've been covering for quite a while now, chat. We have been going into the saga of Judge Glanville being recused, especially as this all goes stemming up to the contempt issues that happened about a month ago now. And Michael Garcia says, let me guess they put some judge under him. No, he's done. He's done. A new judge has been appointed. So we're going to give people a minute or two to get in here, see what you guys are talking about real quick. Ben Pook says, let's do some blogging. Hi, Ben. Danielle saying, Clyde. Well, actually, hold on here. Hey, Clyde. Come here, bud. Come here, Clyde. Come here. Come on, bud. Okay. Well, hold on. Hi, Louie. You guys might be able to see there's another dog that just poked his head up. We are watching another dog. Hi, Clyde. Hi, Bubba. So, you guys are spazzing out. Hold on. Calm down. All right, hold on. You guys are panicking on me here. Gotta give everybody some hemp treats. Got a bunch of doggos here. We need some hemp treats for the doggos. One for you. One for you. One for you. One for you. Hey. One for you. One for you. All right. Go get high. Both of you. Get lost. All right, chat. So, by the way, guys, I haven't been sponsored by him, but Nature Vet, Quiet Hemp Moment. Works really good. Chills them out very, very well, and dogs just mow down on them. How often are we not dog sitting? We've just been really busy lately, and 2.0's one friend, she just 2.0 made a lot of promises, so we have to keep them. Oh, Michael's saying, is the judge someone new below him? Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that issue. We'll do. So, all right, guys, here we go. That's been a couple of minutes. We got people in here. We are going to get started. All right. When we were here last time, there was a new judge in the case, Judge Rachel Krause. Well, hold on. We'll do you guys remember we were dealing with some of the players in this case. Judge Earl Glanville. He is the chief judge, meaning he's the presiding judge over the Fulton County Superior Court. And that's him right there. And there was a recusal motion set up. And because of that, it went to a different judge in his area. And the recusal motions were sent to another judge. And that judge became Judge Rachel Krause. And she is not the chief judge, but she is a judge. Now, you may notice, unlike Judge Glanville's been around since, quite a while as a judge, going back to 1995. She's only been a judge fairly recently, but that's okay. That's okay, chat. That's okay. So there are some good news there. Now, what does that mean for things as far as where do we go? Well, I will actually bring up where is it? I did see the tweet where somebody said there's a new judge that's been assigned. And I don't know anything about her, but we'll bring her up as well. There's another judge we need to get familiar with. Judge Shakura L. Ingram. Krause is not the replacement. Krause did the recusal motion. Because she did the recusal motion, they have to assign a new judge. And the new judge that's been assigned is Judge Shakura L. Ingram. And what do we know about her? Well, she has since 2018 been a judge here. Okay. So from 2015 to 2018, she was a magistrate, which is good. Now, where did she go and what's her what's some of the things she's done? Oh, she's at the Bleckley Inns of Court. That's neat. She's been an assistant solicitor. She's been a district attorney for the Fulton County DA's office. That's a bit of a red flag. And she's also been associate for some attorney there, Thomas Kennedy, Sampson, and Tompkins, LLP. So she's been on a couple different things. So she will be the new judge going forward. But let's get to how this happened. But she's a new judge. She's about 6 years old. That's not that new. It's not that new. Not like Judge McAfee, who literally just got on the bench. So, Killing Spree says, so if the jury sees a new judge get seated, isn't that prejudicial? How do you explain that away? You just say, hey, Judge Glanville couldn't be here anymore. Something happened. Oh, his dog bit him, or he needed and you make something up. You are allowed to say he's not here anymore. He could be sick, any number of things. So that is where we are. If she continues the trial, could Glanville be called to the stand? Yes, he can, and he very likely will be. Brian Steele is going to call him. That's a very good question, Pawfram. Otto says, I think you shouldn't be making a lie about the recusal. You just say, Judge Glanville isn't here. You just say he's not here. And then Colleen, all my friends. I'm calling all my friends 3. Get that. Says, why isn't there a new trial? I assume this judge will take care of that when there's motions to dismiss and everything is going to happen. So ideally, this will take care of itself. But we'll need some time. We will need some time. So let's get in. Pawfram says, I'm from Eagle Pass. I don't know what that means. Is there like an Eagle Pass, Georgia? I'm not sure. All right, let's keep moving. What does this mean for us? Well, we've got the order to go through. Let's get to this. So we've got, as of today at 11:30 in the morning. So this is hot still, chat. Not super hot, but hot enough. 7/15/24 at 11:26. So it's DeMonte Kendrick, also known as Yak Gotti, Jeffrey Williams, also known as Young Thug, Cleve Davis, Rodalius Ryan, Shannon Stillwell, Quamarius Nichols, and Marquavius Huey. All the guys on trial. The order on motions to recuse Chief Judge Glanville. There's a couple things this court has to consider. So there's a couple things before it. Yak Gotti's motion to recuse Chief Judge Glanville on June 12th. Caleb Bumpus's motion to quash the show cause order and to recuse Judge Glanville. Okay. And then finally, Young Thug's motion to disqualify recuse Judge Glanville from all further dealings in the above referenced cases. Now, we talked about Judge Krause the last time She had considered and denied Yak Gotti's motion to disqualify all Fulton County Superior Court judges. Now, if you remember that, Yak Gotti's attorney, Doug Weinstein, filed a motion saying every judge in this county, in this courthouse, none of you can hear this. And Judge Krause said, nope, don't care. She just went, pew, kicked it off. So from there, she starts, and she says the specific facts necessary to determine recusal motions are well documented in affidavits, court filings, certified transcripts, and video recordings available on YouTube. She's right. Having considered the record evidence and applicable case law, the court finds as follows. Findings of fact. The recusal motions arise out of a multi-defendant prosecution brought by the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, alleging gang activity and associated crimes. Although there were 28 defendants named in the indictment, only 6 were being tried as of June 7th. And she talks about Khalif Adams. His case was severed, and though he's currently not on trial, his case was transferred to this court because Kayla Bumpus' motion to recuse Judge Glanville was filed in the Mr. Adams portion of the docket. So the motions to recuse all arise from the same circumstance related to state's witness, Kenneth Copeland, also known as Leo Woody. On June 7th, the state intended to call him to testify. Prior to his testimony, counsel for Mr. Copeland, Jonathan Melnick, appeared and indicated in open court that Mr. Copeland did not wish to testify and intended to invoke his Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination. Judge Glanville brought him into court and discussed with him the effect of an immunity order. Judge Glanville had entered and granted that immunity to Mr. Copeland. Remember, immunity is not something you can reject. It is forced upon you. Judge Glanville specifically advised Copeland that if he invoked his Fifth Amendment right and refused to testify, the state would ask for Copeland to be held in contempt and jailed. Judge Glanville also advised that if asked, Judge Glanville would jail Copeland for refusing to testify. After that discussion, Copeland spoke to his attorney and indicated he would testify. Once called, Copeland was asked to specify his age, and instead of answering, he stated, "I plead the Fifth." Glanville excused the jury and then advised Copeland in open court that he was in contempt and ordered him jailed until Monday, June 10th. At which time, Glanville told Copeland they would revisit his willingness to testify. Melnick spoke to Copeland and then reiterated that Copeland still intended to invoke his Fifth Amendment right if called as a witness. Glanville indicated he would revisit the issue with Copeland on Monday, June 10th at 8:30 a.m. Court was adjourned for the day and the weekend. Monday morning at 9:10 a.m., Judge Glanville met with the counsel for the state, Adrian Love, and standing counsel for Mr. Copeland. Remember, because Melnick was out of town on vacation, Kayla Bumpus. Let's see what the set note is. 2 investigators from the DA's office and multiple deputies were also present, as well as 1 or more members of the staff, including the court reporter who took down the conference. We already knew that, but it's nice that it's made aware. Counsel for the defendants did not participate in the meeting and were not aware the meeting was taking place, correct? The transcripts reflect that Adrian Love told Glanville that she wanted the meeting to both impress upon Copeland the risk of refusing to testify and allow Copeland to ask questions before he testified. Listen to that. The judge says it so matter-of-factly. Ms. Love also expressed concerns to Judge Glanville about Copeland's representation. Ms. Bumpus, Ms. Love, and Judge Glanville also discussed the scope and effect of the state's immunity grant to Copeland. Copeland was then brought to Judge Glanville's chambers, where he spoke with and asked questions of Bumpus. Now notice, he's not there yet. It's just the attorneys, and that is still an ex parte meeting. Copeland was then brought to Judge Glanville's chambers, where he spoke with and asked questions of Bumpus, Glanville, and Simone Hilton, the other ADA. During that time, the state advised Copeland he could remain in custody until the conclusion of trials of all defendants in this case, and just the current 6 on trial. Glanville discussed the rights and responsibilities after a grant of immunity with the state statute. Copeland spoke privately with his counsel and then advised the court he would testify. After the meeting and immediately before Copeland was brought out to testify, Williams' lawyer Brian Steele advised the court he was aware of the in-chambers meeting that morning. Steele objected to the ex parte meeting, and a lengthy colloquy occurred between Steele and Judge Glanville, in which Judge Glanville, remember guys, here's what he said. Not, oh, you're right, we shouldn't have done that. It was, who told you? Who told you that we broke the rules? That's no bueno. That's no bueno. That is a bullshit answer. Just like Carrie Morrissey. Isn't it true you call Ekbal a cocksucker? Which interview? Not just a straight up no. And they had a colloquy in which Judge Glanville inquired how Steele became aware of the chamber's meeting. Mr. Steele declined to reveal the source of his information, and Glanville held him in contempt. Although Steele was allowed to remain in the courtroom on behalf of his client, ultimately Kenneth Copeland did testify on June 10th and was later released from custody. Yep. The next day, Glanville ordered a show cause requiring everyone at the ex parte to appear and show cause as to why they should not be held in contempt for disclosing information about the ex parte to defense counsel. That right there should be getting him disbarred, but oh well. An amended show cause order was later entered, setting July 1st for an in-camera review of the transcript of the ex parte meeting. The first motion recused filed by DeMonte Kendrick on June 12th. Yak Guy's attorney dropped the first hot single. Kendrick's motion seek to recuse Judge Glanville for his involvement in the allegedly improper and coercive ex parte meeting with the state. On June 14th, Glanville denied the motion. Glanville determined the recusal motion was timely, supported by an affidavit, and on custody review contains assertions of fact to support the allegations. However, Judge Glanville ultimately determined that because there was no way to verify the veracity of the information contained in the affidavit, and there was no actual evidence of the extent of the discussion during the in-chambers meeting, the affidavit was legally insufficient, and the motion recused did not require referral to another judge. Okay. What an asshole. During the in-chambers meeting, the affidavit was legally insufficient and the motion did not require another judge for consideration. On June 14th, Kayla Bumpus filed her own motion to quash the show cause and or recuse Judge Glanville. You know, this all comes from the ex parte meeting. On June 17th, Young Thug and his attorney dropped in everything. I mean, that stuff came screaming in hot. Motion to recuse Judge Glanville. Divorced from its hyperbole. Oh, fuck you, Judge. Mr. Williams' motion and supplement also seek to recuse Judge Glanville because of his involvement in the ex parte meeting, which Williams also alleges was improper and coercive. Williams' motion alleges both actual bias and the appearance of bias because, you know, because Judge Glanville allegedly participated in the accusatory process when he met with Copeland, and Judge Glanville became embroiled in a controversy when he held Brian Steele in contempt. On July 1st, the day appointed for the parties to review a redacted transcript of the meeting, Judge Glanville announced he was releasing the entirety of the transcript and was taking judicial notice of and making a record regarding certain matters associated with the ex parte meeting. Most of what Judge Glanville relayed was a collation of record evidence about the recent circumstances. Judge Glanville also explained how he became aware of the state's request for an ex parte meeting In addressing the circumstances against contempt, Judge Glanville explained the court's purpose and concern in pursuing information about the security and confidentiality of his chambers. That's not a confidential meeting. You don't are entitled to confidentiality there. There's no confidentiality with multiple parties. You don't have confidentiality. How is it a security issue to know what's being said? That's not a security issue either. And that's bullshit for him to make that argument. That is really bullshit for him to make that argument. I mean, really bullshit. Judge Glanville advised he had not instigated an investigation and surveillance footage, but he had reviewed such footage for timeline security. Just admit you were fucking hunting for people, Judge. This is a mole hunt. This is a mole hunt. Is the ADA a dentist? No, assistant district attorney. Oh. Let's go here. Judge Glanville then explained that the ex parte meeting was proper under Georgia law and outlined relevant law that supported his inherent authority to hold such a meeting. Judge Glanville maintained that no one gained a tactical advantage as a result of the ex parte nature of the meeting. Judge Glanville also questions the right of the defendant to be present because the issue was under discussion was between the state and a witness who was represented by counsel. After making this record, Judge announced a show cause hearing was canceled and the recusal motions were being referred for consideration by another judge in accordance with the Superior Court Rules 25.1 through 25.7. The motions to recuse were then assigned to this court for consideration. She's saying, by rule, these came to me. And now she talks about the rules for this. A party seeking recusal must file a timely motion supported by an affidavit clearly stating the facts and reasons for the belief. The affidavit must describe the circumstances of extrajudicial conduct or statements. And you must show all of it. Bare conclusions and opinions are not legally sufficient. Once such a motion is filed, it is a duty to the assigned judge to temporarily cease to act upon all other matters related to the merits and assess the timeliness and legal sufficiency of the affidavit and facts. If all three criteria are met, the motion is timely, supported by an affidavit, and the facts alleged might warrant recusal, another judge shall be assigned to hear the motion. When considering the motion, the assigned judge should be guided by the rule that provides judges shall, Rule 2.11, judges shall disqualify themselves in any proceeding in which their impartiality might reasonably be questioned. The standard is objective from the perspective of a reasonably fair-minded and impartial person rather than the affected judge or other interested parties. And I think that makes sense. Yep. Reasonable person not getting, you get to make the decision. And it's done by rather than the judge or the interested parties. If a motion recused satisfies the three threshold criteria, the assigned judge must refer the motion for reassignment and may not oppose the motion. The judge whose recusal is sought may not respond to the motion or attempt to refute the allegations. Well, you've heard that with him and Brian Steele. The judges made a lot of arguments. I did do this, I did do that. And it's demanding of the defense clarification motions, which are ridiculous. A judge cannot become actively involved in presenting evidence or argument against a motion seeking recusal without that defense itself becoming a basis for recusal. Now, remember, we talked about this. This is actually an issue. And the issue here is, and think about it like this. When you're being accused of bias, defending it and arguing against it establishes your bias. So that moment where the recusal motion was going on and the judge said, wait, if I were you, I'd worry about your ethics rules. I'd worry about your obligations. I'd be careful if I were you. That's a violation of the rules, and meaning we have to start over from the new judge. So bitching about the recusal is grounds for recusal. They point out that a judge should have no interest in sitting on a particular case. At most, his interest lies in protecting his own reputation. His efforts at defeating himself against a motion to recuse will inevitably create an appearance of partiality. And that's true. One reason is that if he defends himself, he becomes an adversary of the movement. This adversarial posture may create an antipathy, which persists after this motion to recuse is dead. I mean, it's very clear. Well, I would argue it's very much like in life. If you start fighting over it, if you start defending yourself too vigorously, you can argue and be sane and normal, and then what happens? Well, then you fuck yourself if you get too loud. So the analysis and discussion. Judge Glanville has previously announced on the record that the motions were timely and supported by affidavit. Perfect. In transferring the case for another consideration, Judge Glanville necessarily determined the third criteria was satisfied. Therefore, Judge Glanville was required to defer the motion for reassignment and was prohibited from opposing the motion. And this right here, guys, this right here is garbage. It is worth noting that this court agrees generally with Judge Glanville's assessment of the propriety of the ex parte meeting. What the fuck? While the meeting could have or perhaps should have taken place in open court, nothing about the fact of the meeting or the substance discussed was inherently improper. There's nothing inherently improper about a witness saying, I'm going to lie and make up all kinds of shit. And wait, it's okay if I do that, right? And the prosecutor says, you know what? It's okay, bro. I got your back. Just don't make crazy lies. And then the judge says, just don't make shit up that nobody's going to believe. And you're good to go. We'll let you go home. Bullshit. Bullshit. Absolutely bull. Seriously. However, in his order denying Yak Gotti's motion and in the process of making his record, Judge Glanville added facts, provided the context, questioned the veracity of the allegations, and otherwise explained his decisions and actions and argued why they were proper. While it may be appropriate for the judge to disclose information relevant to his potential recusal, such as the disclosure must be weighed in a way that is objective, dispassionate, and non-argumentative, so the judge is not reasonably perceived as a hostile witness. In presenting his record as to recusal issues and ruling on Yak's motion, Judge Glanville evaluated and accepted the truth of his own factual allegations, mandating recusal. Yes. The court has no doubt Judge Glanville can and would continue presiding fairly over this matter if the recusal motions were denied. Motherfucker, please. But the necessity of preserving the public's confidence in the judicial system, this is not preserving it. This is making it even worse. Now you're sweeping for him. Weighs in favor of excusing Judge Glanville from further handling this case. You fucking cocksucker. You are sweeping it up. You're doing the thing you shouldn't be doing. This is proper. There's now 2 judges who think, you know what? There's 2 of them. Judge Glanville and Judge Krause are both like, you know what? Fuck it. This was okay. I'll do this too. Yeah, I'll fucking have ex parte hearings like this. It's Trenton says she's trying to save the case from misconduct ruling. That makes her an even... If that's her theory, not that, oh, I think that was legal. No. If she's like, I'm trying to sweep it up, then she's a bigger piece of shit than Glanville is. And she should be taken off the fucking bench. Right now, we got 2 judge vacancies that need to get fucking filled. And if she thought this was legal, I don't think she should be on the fucking bench. And let's say it's all like 30 judges in the Superior Court. Then I guess we're fucking cleaning house. Get the fucking bulldozer and make a fucking parking lot. If this is their idea of justice, then what the fuck do we have? Seriously. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. You know she streams regularly? Fine. She's still a fucking idiot. I know I don't disagree. You're goddamn right. If that's the case, she should be fucking gone too. That's even worse. We don't need Janny judges fucking plotting and conspiring. We also don't need retarded judges either. So I don't care. We're not going to fumigate the court. Bulldoze that bitch and do it all over again. Yeah, we're not paving paradise. We're paving a hellhole of injustice and mental retardation. You know, I'd love to put a hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot right there. But right now, we're going to pave this retarded hellhole and get what, like a burning tire yard? That's probably the only fitting thing to put there to memorialize what happened here. All these dumb fucks. Burning tires. So it weighs in favor excusing Judge Glanville. Well, I'm glad you did that part, but you didn't have the balls to answer the hard fucking question. You know, once again, the stage of history. Judge Krause, take your place home. Welcome back to the stage of history. Coming up, Judge Krause. And you fucking punted. You don't deserve to wield the fucking Soul Calibur. And never shall you. Never shall you. So anyway, Yak Gotti's motion recuse, granted. Kayla Bumpus' motion to quash, and the show cause order, and the recused Judge Glanville is denied as moot. Okay. Defendant Young Thug's motion to disqualify and recuse, granted. Court shall reassign the case using the court case's assignment procedures. Granted here today, July 15th, 2024. Signed by Rachel Krause. Also, for fuck's sake, when you guys do things with footnotes, like when you're doing legal documents, don't do this. This is not how you do it. You put your signature on another page. This is just not good. This is not good. This is it shouldn't be down there below. It should end after you sign. I think that is just really disgusting. I think that's fucking sloppy. I mean, look at it. It looks sloppy as shit. That looks sloppy to me. Looks sloppy-oppy. So what is the mistrial motion filed yet? Nope. So what do you do now? Well, there's a new judge. We got the new judge. We've got a new judge. We've got her. If you guys just got here, there's a new judge on the case, Judge Shakura L. Ingram. So we'll see. We'll see if she does it right. We'll see if she does it right. I mean, the Young Thug's trial is going to take a while. She's going to have to get caught up and brought up to speed. And I hope to God she does the right thing. Because I mean, really, just find me one. Find me one righteous man. Find me one righteous man in the Fulton County Superior Court. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking you to find me 50. What if I can only find 10? 10, I shall spare it. I'll spare it if you could find one righteous man in the Fulton County Superior Court. I will spare it. But as the saying goes, let justice be done or may the heavens fall. Let justice be done, and these guys get a dismissal with prejudice and a mistrial. And these assholes who broke the law get held accountable, or may that fucking courthouse collapse into a sinkhole. Seriously. Maybe this is our one man. Maybe this is our one man. Maybe this is our one man. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Zor will be saved by Abraham's intercession. Maybe Zor will be saved for Abraham's intercession. It's Book of Genesis, if you guys don't know. We're going way back. We're going back to the beginning, chat. Go back to the first chapter. I hope she's the one. I hope she can fix this. I hope she can fix this because I'm not holding out hope. I'm not holding out hope, chat. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I get the feeling I'm not going to be. Darcy says no way they would have had to walk it back before Woody testified. The jury had already heard it. It's already too late. This case is fucked. This case is already fucked to start with. It's done now. It's done. It's done. Mm-hmm. Good old Sodom and Gomorrah, yeah. You know, maybe God will spare this. Maybe we'll have justice if we can find one honest man. Jim says, I doubt it used to be Senior 88 in Fulton County. I hope so. That's what scares me. That's what scares me. This entire county is a fucking hole of despair and corruption. It's a den of inequity. You know, the only thing they buy and sell here are the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. That's all I see there. It's like that in a lot of cities. But my God, Atlanta flaunts it. They're proud of it. They're proud of it. That's why I say get the bulldozers. Start over. Hope I'm wrong. Hope I'm wrong. J-Rock's going to try to fix her. Well, J-Rock's down that way in Hotlanta. The lead attorney might try to fix her too. Oh, God, he's probably working on that right now too, isn't he, lead attorney? He's probably balls deep in this already. Let me see. Oh yeah, he's there doing it right now. I am going to reach out to I'm going to reach out to Doug Weinstein. See if he'd be willing to come on and talk about this at some point, because I mean, how the hell do you keep your sanity if you're these guys? Because I don't know if I would. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I would keep my sanity. Brittany says, call the dude. Yeah, I'm going to reach out to him. Well, I'm going to reach out to him on Twitter. So, and actually, do we follow each other yet? Oh, I think so. Oh, hold on here. Maybe later. So, okay, hold on. Bob likes the smaller stem nose good. I like the handle be brown. I'm sorry here, guys. Hold on. Can't spring out for a second handling things with 2.0 here. All right. All right, chat. Sorry. Had to help 2.0 with one of her projects. 3? That's it? All right. Sorry, chat. 2.0 is important, and life comes before this. Now let's go back. Call the dude. I need to reach out and see if Kat can help me get a hold of him. The homemade bulldozer, Jason? I don't know. If this place can't get its shit right, then yeah, we'll use the homemade bulldozer. Maybe we can get President Trump calling a fucking J-Dam and just start it all over. Do it as a dry run for the FBI headquarters. How would you start over? Bulldoze that building and put new judges in. Even the dogs are like, yeah, let's do it. Oh, Doug has a Twitter Spaces tonight. Yeah. When is Sherman showing back up? You know, the funny thing is, hold on, guys, 1 second. Anyway, Sherman burned Atlanta, but he didn't burn Savannah. You know why? Because he had a house with his hose in it. Sherman had his mistresses. So if Sherman had kept his hose in Atlanta, he probably wouldn't have burned it. He'd have that pseudos for $6.66. 6 2/3 loonies. Let's go. Says, beer on me for your coverage of various cases. Keep it up. Love the passion. Makes me wish I'd stuck with law, but the money's better in tech. Haha. Oh, I certainly don't disagree with you there. The money is better in a lot of other places. But thank you for the support. Thank you for the better support. Was that project making me a sandwich? No, she's gone. We're actually helping her work on things. We need new lyrics in the ghetto. So can't be spewing facts. Yeah. So chat, yeah, let's see what happens. This will be good for Young Thug, I hope. I really, 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 really do hope. Young Thug and the gang fucking thug it up. But I'm not sure. I'm not so sure. I hope so. All right. Lane is all like more schnapps, yes. They got that ghetto dope in YSL, yeah. Did I rehome 2.0? No. She's not on a farm, guys. She'll be back tonight. So we'll see if Shakira Ingram is Shakira Ingram is that honest man we're looking for. That innocent man. Let's hope so. Let us hope so. It's interesting when you think about it. It's interesting when you think about it. That's what you want us to believe. I hope so. I hope so. I probably missed it, but wait till the jury and they have a new judge. He's gone. A new one. It's like, sorry, we got a new one. Boogie's getting grilled on Lolcow Live. Well, you know what? To relax, I'm probably gonna watch this afterwards. Yes. And then I will say, guys, I'll just make it aware 8:30 tonight. I'll be joined with Joel Dolio and a couple other people. We'll be talking a little bit more about what happened with Trump and kind of the aftermath, the investigation, and where things are going. So, yes. That's kind of where we are. And KLF saying, are you asking what this is? Hold on. You're asking me what this is right here. Okay. Well, this is yes, tactical wisdom, Joel Dolio, yes. Sunshine, it's gonna be here. We're not doing locals tonight, guys. We're gonna be doing it here on YouTube. We're not doing locals tonight. Anyway, this is from the first, I think it's its first or second appellate district division for the state of New York. It's in New York City. It is a mural that's painted on one of the walls. And these are they are justice. And obviously I did a little bit with them because they all got sunglasses. She's holding a shotgun and she's chilling out with an AK. And they got a big old pile of cash in front of them. So did a little add-ons to that. I thought it was kind of neat. That's my little touch to everything there. So Luke says, I know there's been a lot more interesting shit, but you want to cover it? Yes. Help me get in touch with that guy. I'll be happy to talk to him. I want to do that one. And I'll be happy to let him come on here and talk shit about the government and what's happened to him. So, you buy a poster of this. Maybe I'll work on something for that. Maybe I will. Oh, let's see here. So much for the 14 local shows this month. I'll still do. I think I've done at least 10 a month now. That's 10 a month now. Oh. So we are tonight. No, not Kiwi fuck. Not the farms, guys. Not the farms. Not the farms. Not the farms. Some bullshit's happened in New Zealand to a guy who's been wrongfully convicted, and they won't unfuck his conviction. It's truly a travesty. So, yes. So it's nothing involving Jersh. It's nothing involving the farms. Actual Kiwis in New Zealand. Sean still doesn't sell hats. Well, they don't make hats big enough for me, so you all don't get a hat. So they don't do 63 centimeter hats, chat. So disgusting. No, we're gonna do it. What the fuck? Oh, it is disgusting. Yes. Are Kiwis even real? They're real enough. They're real enough. Peter Key says, I'm in New Zealand. Who is this about? Oh shit, what's his name? I forget right at the top of my head. So I don't remember. Charlie says 10 isn't 14. Sean, does 10 equals 14? Answer the question. Hey, I'm still doing 10, man. I do 10 to 14. Yes, his name is David Tamier. Yeah. Yes, their justice system is upside down, literally. Peyton Wong says a size 8 fat, or size 8 fat. Size 8 hat won't fit. I have a head that's like, hold on here. A 63 hat, yeah, size 8 would probably do it. An 8-inch hat would. But like finding those that are in things I want and aren't ridiculously expensive is tough. Yes, I wear 7 3/4, and I barely fit in a 7 3/4. It'll sit on my head. So, what about a custom leather hat? Walter Waller custom leather. A custom leather hat, I mean, like those would be neat, but dude, you'd have to like kill like how many animals are you killing for that? Because you'll need a lot of leather. Yeah, yeah. It's a 7 and 7/8. That's pretty close to what I'm looking at too. Yeah. But yeah, Walter, that's something to think about. I do need a new hat. But yes, it'd be a very expensive vaquero. It's gonna be weird when your vaquero hat for your cowboying, you had to use all the cows to make your cowboy hat. That'll be the problem. Well, where'd all the cows go? Oh, well, I had to kill them and make leather for my hat. But see, it works. Get an adjustable and undo it. No, the problem is like when you have a hat and it's got the little plastic thingies, I'm on the last little thing and it barely fits on like that. And then you have to tape it. And then there's a piece of tape on the back of my hat, kind of taping it all together, and it looks fucking awkward. No. So we're all set for tonight. This is what we are. Shave your head. Even if my head is shaved, it's still large. Even if it's shaved, my head is still large. Stacy says my husband has a 6 and 5/8 inch head. He can never find small enough. Holy shit. What the hell is wrong with his head? Did he get squished really hard and like when he's getting born, like his mom, like when he popped out, accidentally like treated his head like a watermelon and squished it? I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. That sounds rough. Are his eyes also like this close together? They're like right here, so it's like he can't. Oh. Natasha says, Sean, you're wrong. It's beaver, not cow. Funny. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, yeah. All right, chat. We are all done. We're all done. Someone shot a fitted Cleveland Guardians hat. Well, the Guardians are okay, but like I said, I still wish they're still the Indians to me. They're always going to be the Indians to me. I mean, I don't know what they're guarding because it ain't guarding fucking championship trophies. I can tell you that much. I mean, let's be real. They ain't doing that. They ain't doing that. They ain't guarding the rings. The rangs. Oh, God, it's so sad I can laugh at that joke. Oh, no. Oh, that's a pathetic self-deprecation for this city. So, all right, guys. Well, we are done for now. Like I said, tonight, 8:30, we are going to get started back up. And we'll go from there. Like I said, should be a lot of fun. And yeah, guys. Let's hope we can find the honest men in the Fulton County Courthouse, because right now I don't have a lot of faith. So, chat, I will see you at 8:30. Take care, everybody. See you until then. And I'm going to send you guys over to watch Boogie get grilled for being a piece of shit. Good night. Good night, guys. See you at 8:30. 8:30 here. We're not going to locals. We're here. We're doing it live here. So, yes, 8:30, chat. 8:30. Ocho L30. Ocho 30.
Weapons, blacksmithing, and models of planes, esoteric works, and even some trains. Much merriment had while drinking White Claws, tips on hunting, and even talking the law.